Hey now, this is not a regularly scheduled Blue Ribbon Lounge podcast episode. Hey, I'm Matt Nicky, and I just recently got abducted by aliens. And they said, yo, you got 15 minutes, button up anything you need to do, and then we're off zooming through time and space. And so I thought, I'll put on the very first episode of the Blue Ribbon Lounge podcast. My past becomes you futures listeners' present, and we're all traveling through time together. So take that for what it is, and the one night standards, take it away, boys. Hey, welcome to the Blue Ribbon Lounge podcast. We are deep beneath the Earth's crust in the fabulous Blue Ribbon Lounge.
Very much so.
I am Matt.
And I'm Dave.
And we're here. And you're listening to it, whether you like it or not.
Right.
But you like it. We know you do.
Of course you do.
So today, we actually have kind of an itinerary.
Yeah,
right?
We got a game plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess what step one was?
What was step one?
Intros. Done. Check it off the list.
Off. All right.
So how have you been, Dave? It's been a little while since we podcasted.
Not bad. Doing pretty good.
Hey, don't tell us too much.
I know.
Right?
Yeah. Well, just living. Saw this really cool sideshow over the weekend.
Oh, yeah. Was it Cheap Thrills or was it Jacob the Freak?
No, it's some Swami guy. Or Shawarma or something.
Yeah, shout out to Midwest Monster Fest pop-up. It was, May 12th? May 22nd.
22nd.
Yeah.
Your other things. The 12th.
Yeah, the 12th of June.
Yes.
So, yeah, now that you bring it up.
Yeah. Got to see Dr. Satan!
And who was the other guy? I always forget his name.
Rufus, yeah. And he was just the tow truck driver. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. So my wife is a huge House of a Thousand Corpses fan.
Okay.
So she's actually met them before.
Just those guys? Or has she met, all the cast? Or?
Who else did she meet? I think Otis, maybe?
Okay.
Or we may not have met Otis because the line was too long.
Yeah.
That would have been, I think... When was the second movie out?
Oh, that's early 2000s.
Okay, so...
Maybe single-digit 2000s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And then,
sure.
When did Three from Hell just came out not too recently, right?
Yeah, right.
Before the...
Right before the pandemic.
The thing we do not speak of?
Yeah, because I know that came out right when... the Jay and Silent Bob reboot came out.
Oh, okay. I was too busy watching that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know they had the same model where I heard about it, and it's going to be in the movies, but select theaters. And then I was actually at Family Video before they closed, and it was on the wall. And I'm like, oh, I can already rent it. So
okay.
I thought that was cool. And I think, I know Jay and Silent Bob, the reboot, they toured with it, just made it into a panel and all that. And I don't know if that's what Rob Zombie did with Three from Hell, but it was along the same lines.
So yeah, we got to go to Midwest Monster Fest. I was there performing, the Matt Nicky, the Swami, the one and only.
Yes.
Except there were 3 sideshows, so I wasn't the only. And I had 2 assistants.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just one. But
your beautiful mic stands.
Yeah. And then I had the Blue Ribbon Lounge merch.
Right.
Thank you to anybody that bought any of that stuff. Also, thank you to the people who may have stolen it off my table.
Yeah. The 5-finger discount.
Yeah. I appreciate the support in any way, I guess.
Right.
So that was fun. What did you think of my show?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything memorable?
The glass, standing on the glass.
Okay.
I didn't know you did that.
Yeah.
That was, at least from what I've seen, that was unique to your show.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
I like
and
that.
You actually held a girl while you did it. Yeah.
That was my favorite part.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun. It was interesting that they had the lineups like so kind of crammed together. But you know what? It also may have felt crammed for me because I was at all of them
Yeah.
and running around the whole time.
Yeah, and I thought it was pretty evenly spaced because we watched the cheap thrills,
yeah.
cheap thrills, yeah, and then we got to walk around and see everything, and then like still had some time before yours, but then you got rushed because the rain and everything.
Yeah, which was all right. My show was already kind of short, with not having as much practice.
Yeah,
But it was nice to knock the rust off and have some fun.
that's cool, and it's probably a good warm up for your next show. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Just the being on stage part was nice.
Yeah.
In June I'll just be emceeing, so I won't be doing any of the crazy things.
Okay.
Mostly just the talking, which arguably I think I'm better at than
Yeah,
than a lot of the other stuff,
No.
and maybe even some of the other people. But that comes with needing attention.
yes,
Please look at me, Dave. Look me in the eyes right now.
yeah.
I
There you
need
go.
it. I need it.
You need the confirmation.
Yes. All right. Hey, what do you think number 2 was?
I don't know. I see you got some Jones sodas sitting over there.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, it was number 2 is how are you doings?
Oh,
Check,
check.
off.
Got
and I
that.
grabbed some of these Jones sodas. All this talking makes me a little parched.
Yeah, what do we got?
Jones cane sugar soda, flavor berry lemonade soda, and it's got this sweet vintage wagon on it. Vintage
Yeah.
station wagon. I thought it was pretty cool.
That's crazy that they have the same picture. I thought part of the appeal was they were all different.
Oh, have you had the Jones sodas?
Yeah.
And they all have that wagon on there?
No, they all have different pictures.
Oh, so it's different that these were in a 4-pack and they had
Oh,
the
so
same
then
picture.
they all 4 of them have the station wagon
Yes.
on it? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe the different flavors may have different colors.
Well, I know if you go and get the singles, they're all different pictures because you can
Oh.
actually, I think, go to their website
Okay.
and download a picture.
Oh, yeah, it
and
says
it'll
right
say
here.
right here, yeah. It'll give you a little shout out. Because I had a friend who was design, like I don't know what you call that. I'm drawing a blank. Graphic designer.
Okay, yeah.
And she did like an Andy Warhol deal, but it was with Jones Sodas.
Oh.
And she sent it in, and they accepted it. But I haven't. That's one like if I ever saw, I'd be like, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's maybe one you buy and don't drink or something.
Yeah. There was one. There was an elusive one that I've heard of. That there is actually a picture of Kurt Cobain
Okay.
holding a shotgun.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But I bet that'd be a collector's item.
Yeah, I'd rather see like a girl with boobs on there or something, like
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like the push-up bra.
yeah. So yeah, the Jones family, independent since 96. Since 1996, a small team of soda enthusiasts have dedicated themselves to bringing you the best damn cane sugar soda possible. So that's like a natural, like when you get a Pepsi original or something.
Yeah. And I think those do it. They'll put out a special run, but these guys just do the natural sugar
Yeah.
right off the bat.
Are you ready to dip into this bad
Yeah,
boy?
I'll try it out. I just know what kind of berry is lemon. Is it lemon a berry?
Berry lemon?
It says.
I think it's Barry's the guy who brewed it, and he fell into the batch.
Oh, so it's a little sweaty.
Yeah.
Little sweaty lemonade.
Yeah. Get a little bit of berry with every taste.
Yeah,
Oh, you got a thing under there, huh?
I guess I can't really read it.
Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad.
Wow. Mine just says old acquaintances are important this week.
This
So it's like
week.
Yeah, it's like a fortune cookie.
An advice cookie.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's it got, like 1.5 pounds of cane sugar in it?
33 grams.
That's quite a bit
Yeah.
for one soda.
But
Although, I guess I don't know how much like a Mountain Dew has.
well, for sodas, I think that's typical.
Oh, okay.
I think Mountain Dew is probably maybe 64.
That's what I would bet.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, though. And I mean, I'm not a big soda drinker anymore.
Not too much either. I can't. Blueberry, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, it is blue.
That is true. Normally, when you see this blue, it's that cream soda kind of.
Oh, okay.
But I think their cream soda is the clear kind, which is interesting. But they have a really good cream soda if you're into diabetes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll buy like a soda every once in a while, but I'm not a big soda drinker. And I think I'd rather drink something like this than a Pepsi or a Coke or a Mountain Dew.
Yeah, this almost tastes like those like ices you'd get as a kid and freeze them.
Yeah, definitely. And then you just let them melt and be cold
Yeah,
liquid sugar going down your mouth.
right. You can't do them like pixie sticks though. You can't snort them up your nose. You get brain freeze.
Yeah. All right. So as far as a drink, Dave, and you saw this at a restaurant or something. You're out at Hi Ho Mongolian Grill,
Okay.
and they got Jones sodas in the back. Do you get it or do you get something else?
Well, I normally do water, but
Is that
I would get Jones Cola.
Yeah.
I get one every once in a while. It's very sugary, so
Yeah.
it is a treat. And like I said, I really like the cream soda one, but it is super like
Sugary.
sugary.
Yeah. Have you been to that bar downtown Davenport? It's like a sober bar.
Oh, is it called the Dry Bar?
The dry bar, that's it, yeah.
I have not been there.
Oh, they actually have some pretty good drinks.
Yeah, I think their slogan is something like that. Like it's the drinks, but without the alcohol. I don't know their slogan, but it seemed like
Well, that would add up, Dave, considering...
oh yeah, it's a dry bar. Yeah. No, is it? I don't know. I figured that would be like for like 18 and over kind of people.
They actually have like live bands and stuff down there. It's an alright atmosphere. They had a really good pizza.
Okay.
It was like tater tots, with like nacho cheese on it, and like
Yeah.
maybe some onions and peppers or something.
So like a tater tot casserole pizza.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be like leaning towards like a nacho pizza,
Oh, okay.
but I don't know how nachos would go.
With potatoes.
Well,
Or
I think
on-
the tater tots were in lieu of chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it would just be a taco pizza.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
But it was very good.
I try that. I've been meaning to try that. The trash bag, dump
Trash Panda.
bag, sack,
There-
trash
yeah.
sack,
Fat Sacks.
fat sacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife really likes them. They said they were pretty good.
Yeah, I've wanted to try them, but anytime I'm like trying to find a place to go, they're like closed. They have like weird hours.
Yeah, I think they maybe cater to downtown businesses, like lunchtime stuff.
Yeah, and like very like niche times during the weekend.
Yeah. All right, we got the Jones sodas out of the way. So as we sip on these, we actually have a topic for today.
Oh yeah,
What is it, Dave? Seeing as you picked it,
remote viewing.
we've only been talking about it for like the past week.
Well, yeah, you gotta prep.
Remote viewing, Dave. The people out there in the far reaches of this galaxy are wondering what remote viewing is.
Well, remote viewing is the practice of getting impressions about a distant or unseen target using ESP, which is extrasensory perception.
Ooh, you got all those perceptionary receptors, and you have extra ones too. You're not even using them all.
Yeah, your seventh sense.
Yes.
The sixth one, I think you see dead people. The
Yeah.
seventh one,
Skip right
it's
over
the extra.
that.
We got the extra. Yeah, but you can do like a place or a person, and I guess it can be anywhere in time.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking on the internet, and there was some guy. What was his name? Like Glenn something. But he was the head of this. I believe he was the head of this Hawaii Remote Viewing Guild.
Glenn Wheaton.
Glenn Wheaton. Yes. He supposedly went back in time and put a message in an envelope with a bunch of pictures.
So he actually went back in time?
A portion of his mind did.
Okay, then how would it
I don't know. I couldn't
manipulate
I could
matter?
I could only find a 40-second clip of a guy who I thought was Glenn,
Yeah.
but he said the name Glenn.
Okay.
So maybe not. And this guy was like, just imagine for a minute, if Glenn actually did this, what would the outcome be? And that it was just a 40.
It was just Okay.
40-second clip. And the YouTube channel only had 3 clips. None of them were much longer than a minute.
Really? Were there any comments?
Oh, I didn't even read the comments. And I think, you know what? I think they maybe had like 500 comments and like 15,000 views or something. I should have probably looked into that.
Yeah.
But it was crazy stuff.
That is crazy stuff. So what do you know about remote viewing?
Well, let's see here. You got to check out my notes because I have a dumb brain. I was watching a Viceland production on YouTube, and they had a guy who was a remote viewer.
Okay.
And he was Vice had taken 3 people to different locations.
Okay.
And taken a picture, and he was supposed to focus on whichever one they had taken the picture and put into an envelope.
Okay.
Okay. And so he is supposed to channel just that one location and person. And then it seems like a lot of this stuff is you write down things.
Yeah, like some auto writing a little bit. Or yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Okay.
Where you just kind of like not think about it and just scribble.
Yeah, do they do that with like possessed people or something? I feel like I've seen that in some movies.
It is part of the, maybe not possessed people, but like people who with the third eye, the extra sight, like not a fortune teller, but
like a seer or something.
Yeah,
a soothsayer.
Yeah, and then they'll like trying to communicate with the dead or whatever, and they'll just like ask questions and they'll just let their hand go, and then they'll end up writing or drawing a picture. But
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but how can you just like let your hand just go on its own?
You don't. The third eye has a being come through you.
Oh, okay. Because it goes through you to move your hand, and so
you're just the conduit.
Oh,
between dimensions.
Is it one of those things where if you like draw a windmill and you're telling yourself to draw a windmill, but it's not actually you telling you, it's the universe giving you the thought to draw the windmill? That's where you drew it. And then who knows?
That is exactly how it works, Dave. If it sounds convoluted, you just don't get it.
Oh, okay. The more explanation, the better, right?
Right. So this guy was supposed to focus on the one location out of 3, and then he drew some stuff, and then 5 other random people came in who knew nothing about what they're doing.
Okay.
And they were supposed to look at his drawing, and then the 3 drawings, or the 3 pictures of the places the people were.
Okay.
And determine which place they thought it was and how sure they were of it.
Like which one was in the envelope or whatever that he was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So out of 5 people, 4 of them got it right.
Okay.
1 was 3 out of 5 sure, but then 3 were 5 out of 5 sure.
Okay.
And so the 4 out of the 5 got it right. And I thought it was pretty accurate. Like it was on a lake or a river or a canal or something. So he drew water.
Okay.
And he drew like this is a large, important piece of the area, and it was like a bridge.
Okay.
And here's something that is kind of there and important to the area, but not like necessarily used. And it was like a rock,
okay. like next to it or something.
Yeah, like an art piece, like a big rock thing. And yeah, he was actually I thought accurate.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the one with the guy's in like a motorcycle helmet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah, I don't know. It must have been a Vice thing.
Okay. Like, it's anonymous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I did see that one. The thing that I kind of got hung up on a little bit is when they were showing the guys looking at his notes. Mm-hmm. He had like 10 pages of stuff there.
The guy writing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just saw like 1.
Well, they were showing 1, but then it showed like the guy when they're like, oh, he picked a different location, but he had like 3, 4, like there was a bunch of pieces.
The one guy that picked wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wonder if you just make enough notes vague enough, maybe you can hit some points that are...
And that's kind of what I feel about astrology and like fortune telling and
Okay.
stuff like that. Like, you're gonna experience a loss. Well, yeah, I might lose my keys. You know, my mom
Right.
might die. You
Yeah.
know, everybody's on an ebb and flow about stuff like that.
Right. Or if you're getting a reading, you probably kind of know already what you are looking for. So
Yeah.
if they can give it to you vague enough, you can fill in known blanks yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got my reading up the street from my house, and she did this huge map of tarot cards and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it was like some she put straight up and down and angled and sideways, and it was like right after my dad had passed away.
Okay.
And so I was definitely just looking for like some sort of validation on it.
Yeah.
Because he passed away like super suddenly. And I'm sure that I was like, yeah. Oh, was it this? Was
Yeah.
it that?
Like leading there a little
Yeah.
bit.
And she like, I mean, to me, it's like, it's a service.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a show, you know?
Yeah.
And by the end of it, fucking Dave, I was bawling, you know?
Well, stuff like that's also super personal, or it can be.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of razzle dazzle, but then it's also a little bit of like being a counselor.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, between a counselor and an entertainer, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
Razzle dazzle.
Well, I have a friend who actually worked for Miss Cleo
Oh,
for a little bit. Yeah, but it was like put another. Well, back in the day, we had landlines, which is where the telephone wire came into your house and your phone was connected to your house. But they had to put in an extra line, and then between this hour and this hour, when that phone rings, you have to answer it. And they gave her like a not like a clipboard, like a 3-ring binder with all this stuff in it, and it's pretty much tarot cards, but you could do it with a playing deck.
Okay.
And then they gave you all the instructions. And they even they told her when she got hired, she's like, and if you feel like putting on a Jamaican accent, go ahead, because, you know, people really want to talk to Miss Cleo and not just her psychics. And yeah, my friend was not psychic at all. And she like talked to people, and she was just amazed about how much they would just tell.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of start agreeing with it and like, oh yeah, and giving little like motivational poster things. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you should
Like Gary V. Who's that tall guy? Motivational speaker.
I know what you're talking about, but
Yeah,
I don't,
that guy.
don't know the name right now. Yeah, he was in Yes Man with Jim Carrey.
He wasn't in Yes Man, was he?
Yeah, he was, because he's the guy in the elevator that makes him want to say yes all the time.
No, you're getting Yes Man and Shallow Hal mixed up. Shallow Hal is where he's in the elevator and he casts a spell on
He
him.
puts his hand. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
you're right. I thought Yes Man was similar to
It's
that.
pretty much the same thing, except there's nothing like magical involved.
Okay.
And who's the guy? Is it the guy from? He's got like white hair and he's very intense. Maybe British.
That narrows it down a lot. That
Damn.
intense British guy.
You ever seen not Waterworld?
Kevin Costner?
Tank Girl.
Tank Girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
The bad guy in that, I think, is who is in.
Oh, I
Yes
see his
Man.
face. Yeah, he plays a lot of those kind of
Intense kind of bad guys. He's
Yeah.
not really a bad guy in this one, but in Yes
Right.
Man. But
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I was trying to think if I knew him. I think maybe he's played in some of the older horror movies, maybe.
yeah, was he in the one with Friday the 13th? Is he the cop?
A cop. I don't know if he's. I think I know what you're saying, but no, he's not Dr. Loomis, but that's Halloween.
Yeah.
But there's one where she has a psychiatrist and she's psychic. I think it's. And he might be the doctor in that Friday the 13th.
Now we have to look it up, Dave,
No.
or else I won't be able to sleep.
No, that's fine. That's why they have IMDb. That guy, Trench Stamp. Is that how you say that? Terrence
Trench.
I don't know. He's British.
Trench Stamp. That's an interesting last name for sure.
Yeah. Oh wait, go up. He was in Zod, was he? Yeah, from Superman.
He was Zod?
That's what it looks like. I see the picture there.
Oh, that's cool.
General Zod.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's some trivia. So, did you know that the government funded remote viewing during the Cold War?
Was it the Cold War? I assumed it would have been World War II.
It was right after World War II.
Oh, because Hitler was doing all that kind of stuff during World War II.
Some of that stuff.
Maybe not exactly remote viewing, but he was trying to do all sorts of crazy supernatural stuff.
Yeah, well, they were trying to make super soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it was called Operation Stargate,
Mm-hmm.
or Gondola Wish,
Ooh.
or Grill Flame.
Grill Flame.
Yeah, Center Lane. And then I think the last is Sunstreak, because normally, from my research, the government will start a project like Project Stargate, and then if anything gets leaked a little bit, they'll stop it and then start it again under a new name. That way, if someone were to ask, they would be like, "Oh no, yeah, we did, but we don't do that anymore."
Okay.
That project is disconnected or discontinued or whatever. So that's why they just keep renaming it.
Mm-hmm.
But where's that? I actually started at Stanford. It was the Stanford Research Institution, and they were using a guy named Uri Geller, who was like a famous he was
Get this cat out of here.
cat.
Hold on a second.
All right.
Get out of here. Started at Stanford?
Yeah. Well, the Research Institute. So I guess I could have looked, but I don't know if it's probably affiliated with the college.
Okay.
Well, yeah, yeah. Like,
Maybe it's where they go like afterwards or something?
maybe, or if it's like just the research department of Stanford.
I didn't go to a fancy enough college to know what any of that stuff would be.
Yeah, how they have different departments or however that works. But yeah, so then the government gave them a contract to, because Uri Geller was one of the first mentalists, I guess you would call it, and he would go on TV and ask somebody to draw a picture, and then he'd draw, and then they'd match.
Wow.
Stuff like that. Or he had this one trick that he would do where
Dave, a trick is something a woman does for money.
magicians do tricks too. We weren't turning them; he was performing them.
Yes. Also, men can do tricks too,
Yes,
to be fair.
they can. I've seen Deuce Bigelow.
So he was doing all this before he was in the research center?
Yeah, but he was one of the first like he could bend spoons. That was his really big
Okay.
thing, and he would just by using his mind. And then the government caught wind that Russia was kind of looking into ESP and stuff like that, and so then they actually asked the question, like, if he's supposed to be able to read minds, well, can you read the mind of a dignitary or of a general and get some information? Or if you can bend spoons with your mind, can you affect the intricate wiring in a nuclear warhead or something?
Okay.
So then, yeah, since Stanford was doing this kind of stuff, like Bill Murray in Ghostbusters, where they'd hold up the card and then you try to guess it, that kind of
Okay.
stuff. And they were doing remote viewing, but smaller areas. Like, what's in 2 rooms down? They put I don't know, stuffed animal or something in there, and then ask the person to see if they could guess what was in there.
Okay.
Or go look.
Yeah.
With their mind. And so yeah, the government was giving them money, and they were using this Uri Geller to be one of the that they studied to see if it was actually true. But then an oversight committee or something to see are we getting our money's worth? They actually did it back. They studied him for a while and actually found out that he was kind of a fraud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a famous clip that you could probably find on YouTube where he's on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and Johnny Carson was a big magician. He was into all that like as a hobby, so he knew like tricks and all the behind the scenes stuff that not everybody would know.
Yeah, because it's definitely a talent. I mean, it might not be, it might be a trick, but being a magician is a talent.
Right, yeah. It's a lot of sleight of hand and a lot of, there is mental parts to it, but it's more like you get them to think like redirect. But I can't remember if Johnny Carson was giving him a lot of like shit. Like, oh, you can't find it? Or, oh, you brought your own box with preloaded. Because he would do this thing where he'd have these little like metal jars and they'd screw the tops on, but one of them would have a metal ball bearing in it, and then all those would be put inside another box, and supposedly you can like hold his hand over it, and then open it up, and then pull the one out that had the ball bearing in it. And I think Johnny Carson like altered it so it like wasn't in the box. They were just all out. The little jars were all out on this table, and he was like trying to do it, and he kept like, "Oh, I'm not feeling very strong," and he just having a panic, and he was like getting really like testy. And
that sounds like fraud shit.
Yeah, and so after that clip, the government's like, we're not gonna fund you guys anymore. But then at the same time, I don't remember his name, but it was after the Vietnam War, and he's like a general, and he was upset about how that went, because we just kind of like tucked our tails and ran away. So then he was trying to figure out after like how to make like a quote unquote super soldier, but using like new age kind of methods. So they actually like let him go out, and for 2 years he would go to like seminars and all the like fringe like new age, because that was like right after Vietnam, so it's still like all the love generation and a lot of the like new age or like
holistic stuff.
Yeah, I just have new age written down. They had another like phrase for it, but he ended up writing this manuscript, and then he brought it to a bunch of generals and like actually like had them do seances and rituals, and a lot of
like
them,
a bunch of military dudes doing
Yeah.
seances with candles and shit.
yeah. And he was like talking about like, oh, how you could like do natural healing or like with your mind and stuff like that, or different ways like music can affect people. He like went and hung out with a guy who was like, oh, I can play different sounds to help people get to the enlightenment when they're meditating. And so he's like, oh, but can you use this in reverse and like make people uncomfortable with your music? And he's like, yeah, probably.
Instead of like worrying about like helping their people, they're just worried about hurting the enemy. Oh gosh.
Pretty much. Or they were like, the guy that actually wrote the book was super like, well, instead of carrying guns, maybe they can carry a lamb and give it to the enemy, and then be really intense, like, and project with your mind peace and love while we're playing this music that just promotes a next level of consciousness, and like all like super hippy dippy.
Yeah.
And then some of it they thought they could like use, especially like the remote viewing stuff, because then hey, if we can get a guy inside the Kremlin and we don't even have to like get a spy, we can just have him sit here and
View there.
yeah, astral project or whatever. Which I kind of thought remote viewing seemed like astral projection, except you're still conscious in your body and you're just seeing what's there instead of like leaving your body and going there.
Yeah.
But like what?
But well, to me, like astral projection is where like you do physically go somewhere and you see all the goings on and stuff.
Okay.
But remote viewing for me seems more like, well, everything that I watched and read was like, go with what you feel, but be honest with yourself. If you're wrong, you're wrong.
Yeah.
And like the guy that was on that Vice show was like, I'm about 60% sure I could get this right. It doesn't seem like very high odds. All right, Dave, let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back after this.
After these messages.
All right, hey, everybody from the Blue Ribbon Lounge. Just wanted to let you know, if you do have any questions or comments, you can email us, official email, blueribbonloungemoline@gmail.com. So Blue Ribbon Lounge, MOLINE @gmail.com. And you can hit up, if you want to support us, hit up the Blue Ribbon Lounge, hit up blueribbonlounge.com, buy a sticker or a hat or something.
Oh, so you actually have that domain there?
Yeah.
blueribbonlounge.com?
Yeah, hopefully we can get some of these episodes up there.
All right, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And you could get a cool hat, it looks like.
Yeah, definitely.
And stickers and a koozie.
Yeah. And if you want to hit me up on social media, I prefer Instagram, the Matt Nicky on Instagram. Dave, I think he has a cell phone,
but no social media presence.
Yes.
So
you can find him in a cave for the winter.
Yes. Bring snacks and a flashlight.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys.
Yep.
All right, and we're back.
And we're back.
I was doing other research, and I ran across this YouTube channel, Farsight.
Okay.
You ever heard of that?
I've not.
So it's what I watched was called the Human News Forecast.
Okay.
So it's not what is happening now, but what will happen.
All right.
So they put out one, and I only watched 1 month. I should have went to the month prior. And so like their whole idea is that humans are extraterrestrials that were thrown into the Earth prison system, and through that they had their memories erased.
Okay.
And so being in this system, like there's no like ESP or remote viewing support. So like people don't realize that they have these abilities.
Okay.
Like third eye stuff.
Yeah.
And so they also had a video I watched about how to remote view.
Yeah.
But they were talking all sorts of crazy stuff. So people have had these abilities for like 1 million years, but it's like a muscle you don't use.
Okay.
Like we use what, like 1% of our brain?
No, that's a myth.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, that's kind of what they were implying. Like,
yeah.
We don't use that portion of our brain.
Right.
So that is why people don't know that they can do it.
Okay.
So on the show, they were talking about the presidents have sold like the world to the extraterrestrials, and they're like keeping all these things private, and they're trying to like bring that to the light and like publicize it.
The Farsight people?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I don't know where they are at in compared to these aliens, if they're like helping with anything or what.
Yeah.
But then, so in this channel, they promote kind of themselves and explain what they're doing.
Okay.
And then they have a recap of things that they predicted from last month. And then they have videos of remote viewing sessions, which it was very well done. Like, there were quite a few people that had like just a glass wall in front of them.
Okay.
And they must have been mic'd up, and the camera was on the other side of the glass, so they were drawing, like we were talking about, what was that, auto drawing or auto writing or whatever.
Yeah.
So they were doing that and like describing what they saw and stuff, and onto just like the screen. It looked like it was pretty cool. And so they had a couple of those. They had one where it was two guys virtually talking about some drawings that a guy did. And then it was another gal it almost looked like interpretive dance, but she was like describing a location, but she was like running all over and saying like, right here is, something cold and hard. And I just feel a lot of fire around everything. And she was just kind of running around. She wasn't drawing.
Yeah.
But it was some real Alex Jones stuff, like high entertainment value, questionable content.
Right.
But definitely interesting.
Did they tell you what they were looking at? Or they were just like showing them do it, but
They're-
not really like saying where they were projecting themselves?
They were just showing what they were doing.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of interested. Maybe next month, I'll rewatch that, and then watch the next month to see if they're like, oh, and actually, the gal was saying this area is cold and hard, and all over here it's lots of fire she's feeling, and this ice cream shop was on fire or something. I don't know.
Okay.
That's kind of what I got from it. I guess I could watch April's and then watch May's.
Right. So, okay. Well, how'd they do it? Did they give them coordinates, or they just told them to go just to look at things?
They didn't cover that much, and I was kind of jumping around because I wasn't terribly interested in it. But
well, some of those when it's an hour long, you're like, okay, we can skip.
yeah, and I think this was longer than an hour.
Oh, okay.
I think I want to say it was like almost 2.
You'd have to be really invested to watch 2 hours of that.
Yeah, but they had, like I said, it was very high budget, and they had a lot of views and a lot of comments, and so I mean, there's obviously some sort of market and belief in it.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about that. It'd be cool to look at the background of the Far Site, because like that government project, there was a lot of people that left that after it got disbanded and then opened private companies.
Oh, really?
Like there's that that Hawaii place that you were talking about, and then there's like SciTech, like PSI Tech.
Okay.
And then there was another one, which I think was just Sci, but it stood for... The PSI is like an acronym, and each one was different. But one of the people that wasn't Uri Geller was Ed Daines. And he was... Do you know what Coast to Coast is?
Yeah.
With Art Bell?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would go on that show.
Yeah,
And,
I wasn't ever into it when Art Bell was on it, but I liked the second guy.
the second guy?
Yeah, can't remember his name off the top of my head.
I-
George Norrie.
Okay. I know everybody like Art, and those are the ones that I would listen to on like YouTube or whatever, the clips of that. But he was really big on Art Bell, but he was, I wouldn't call a whistleblower, but he was like, I'm a psychic spy, and the government has psychic programs, and right after that was actually when they shut down the program after he started like talking.
Okay.
And like Project Stargate, like they closed it, and like in the late '90s. But he claims that there were some terrorist bombings of trains in Spain, in Madrid, and his claim is that he had a group of people, and they would do like just random number generated coordinates,
Okay.
and everybody was starting to come up with like flames or like people on a snake moving in the same direction, and building on fire, and running away from 2 lions. And they figured like the 2 lions, or like there's 2 lions on the Spain's flag, and some kind of something. And he claims that he got enough information from everybody that he's like, hey, something. He called the Spanish authorities and was like, something's gonna happen. He even told our authorities. And then yeah, like 2 weeks later, this I'm sorry. No problem. There's that terrorist bombing of like a couple of trains in Madrid happened. But this guy, I guess, was an anomaly, because when they were in the CIA program, most of the people were like looking at, they'd give them coordinates, and then they were doing like, I wouldn't say mundane things, but like actually like trying to project out to see what Russia's got going on, or this and that. And then I guess he was doing like fringe stuff, like trying to find out where Loch Ness was, and yeah,
Well, do you mean the monster?
the Loch Ness monster.
Oh, okay. I mean, we know where Loch Ness is, right?
Right. Oh, yeah, true.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, the monster.
Okay.
And his conclusion is that Loch Ness is just a dinosaur's ghost that
Oh.
haunts the loch.
Damn, it's not.
I don't know. I don't think
It's not too far fetched.
Well, if you believe in ghosts and things,
I mean,
which
I
one
forgot
would
you
be-
don't believe in ghosts.
Which one
Dave.
would be more reliable? Like, it's a ghost of a dinosaur, or if it's an actual like big lizard that's a holdover from the dinosaur era,
equally questionable? I think.
or it could just be a big like sea bass.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'll be another episode.
Yeah.
But he also, from going on Art Bell and stuff, there was this girl, Prudence, something or other, that really wanted to get into remote viewing because she learned from Chuck Schrumick. And so they started doing like remote viewings, and then they ended like having a little, I don't know if you call it a college or whatever, where they would teach people. And she started going on the Art Bell show. Actually, no. Chuck Schrumick is the guy who took a picture. Do you know Hellbop? The comet?
Yeah. Yeah.
He took a picture of the comet, and it looked like it had a companion to it. Mm-hmm. Like something was following along in its trail.
Yeah.
And that her and her person, compadre, which I thought I had written down, but started doing remote viewings of that structure. And they were coming back with, oh, it's definitely artificial. It's got pipes and tubes running through it. And like, oh, it's actually like an alien like spacecraft and all this stuff. And by going on Art Bell and talking about it, they think that that's where the Heaven's Gate people got. They're like, oh, there's an alien's coming. We have to commune with it. And we have to like jump on the ship as it passes by.
So they weren't the Heaven's Gate people weren't even the ones doing the
remote viewing.
remote viewing. They were
No.
getting like third hand information.
Yeah,
And they were
from
drinking
this-
the Kool-Aid off third hand.
Right. Well, they think they were already a cult, and this was just a thing they needed to be like, hey, yeah, because the guy was probably.
Yeah, he was probably saying they're gonna come get us any time now.
Yeah, and then once that happened, he's like, here they are. Time to
Yeah.
go. We've been practicing for this our whole lives.
We've been drinking non-poison Kool-Aid every day, so that we
wearing
can
our Nikes and yeah. But after all that happened, which I don't know, if you don't know, the Heaven's Gate, you can look that up. A bunch of people committed suicide, while Hellbop was the closest to the Earth, and yeah, that chick was like super gutted, and Art Bell like banned them.
Oh,
from
really?
ever coming back on. But yet he still would have Ed Danes on. But it got to the point where Ed Danes would make it a big thing and be like, oh, I have something to tell you. And Art Bell would be like, all right, after the commercial, we'll come back to you. And they'd be like, oh, there's going to be fire and a weather event. And he would do that so often that when he would go on there, Art Bell would still be like, Major General so-and-so, the psychic spy, and the doomsday sayer. Like,
And I'm betting he was getting mad listens when that guy was on then.
yeah, he's one of his most popular people.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he kept having him on there. But I thought that was interesting. I didn't know that whole Heaven's Gate aspect of it.
Oh, for sure. So I was looking more into that Hawaii Remote Viewing Guild,
Okay.
and they had like a whole library of videos, but none of the links worked for some reason. All the videos had been taken down,
Okay.
which I thought was kind of weird. But then I could still find these like just 3, like right around a minute or less videos,
Yeah.
on some random channel.
Yeah.
And it, like the channel just had the 3 videos
Okay.
of this one guy. But they actually did they had a bunch of like write-ups of some jobs that they had done.
Okay.
And one of them I listened to, or one of them I read was a boy. His name was Peter Kima Jr. He was 6 years old, and he went missing.
All right.
And so people brought it to the attention of this remote viewer people and this guild. And it was like 17 people in the room, and they kind of compiled all of what they thought to be the accurate ones. And
Like stuff with overlap and
yes, yeah, the
Okay.
things that all kind of matched the most. So they took the lead investigative viewers, and what they had decided was that Peter had been killed and buried, and he would be found on his left side, and then there was some sort of toy with him.
okay.
They determined that the area was made to look natural, but there would be a mound.
Okay. Yeah.
It was near a road that wasn't a main road, but used every day, with a recreational area next to it, maybe a park or a truck stop. And then they also said that there was maybe a military installation near it.
Okay.
So that's what they said.
Right.
And that's kind of how it ended, their report.
Yeah.
So I looked it up, and they actually found how he died, and the parents had actually pled guilty. So the boy had like a really bad arm injury,
Okay.
and I don't know if they were poor or something, but they didn't treat it, and the boy ended up passing away.
Okay.
So the father took the body,
Yeah.
tried to burn it, unsuccessful. The father ended up putting the boy in the box and threw him in the ocean.
Okay.
So in my opinion, not accurate.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually the parents were charged with, I don't know, bad parenting or whatever.
Yeah. Neglect.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. And they pled guilty to it. So,
Okay.
yeah. Hawaii Remote Viewing Guild,
Bust?
2 out of 5 would not recommend.
Okay. Well, not to find your missing.
Right.
people.
Yeah. Maybe I'm on my car keys or something.
Yeah. I guess Ed Danes, they like came out, and then it just so happened that the project shut down after he started talking like openly. But it's also like about the mid 90s technology got a really big boost, and like I don't know the curve, but it it exponentially grows. So then they had better spy equipment, so they didn't need to just like grab at threads, which I think is what the remote viewing really was, is just to give them like what they would call bit information. Like even if you gave us any kind of edge is kind of what they were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then also the people at Stanford, this Russell Targ, once they stopped, giving them money, he got a little disgruntled, but then he used the Freedom of Information Act to ask for all the information on the Stargate project, and that's why like we know a lot about it because of him like kind of being disgruntled and being like, well, then everybody should know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I actually found a really interesting thing where from the actual CIA, like the FOA, I guess, Freedom of Information Act,
Okay.
but they have a thing called a reading room where if you Google CIA, it'll like on Google, and then like it has the little things underneath it. Mm-hmm. It'll actually say
Like
FOA.
little links.
Yeah, it'll say FOA, and you click on that. And if you look at Mars exploration from May 22nd, 1984,
Okay.
they actually had someone like do a remote viewing of like different coordinates on Mars. And I was trying to look up these coordinates because I think there's a Google Mars.
Oh, okay. That
But
sounds crazy.
Yeah, but it wasn't working on my phone. And there's a search bar, but I don't think it wouldn't let me do the coordinates. And then the map itself was kind of messing up. It was just showing the same thing over and over again. What's right there?
This one?
Google Mars, yeah. Yep, that's
Oh.
what it was showing me.
Okay.
But then see how it's just repeated over and over again?
What do you mean? Repeat?
You
Oh.
see? Yeah. Yeah, that's all. So I guess it's
Oh,
not
wow.
really Google Mars. It's just the same picture over and over again. But
Yeah, that's lame.
they sealed an envelope, and on the envelope was a 3x5 card that said the planet Mars, time of interest approximately 1 million years BC. And then they gave them like different coordinates to check out, and or she. It just says monitor and subject, and a lot of the beginning part is like the because at first it starts out and it's like check out these coordinates, and the guy's like it's kind of yellowish, it's weird, I can't, because he didn't know where he was projecting to, which I don't understand, because shouldn't you at least be like, oh, we're going to Mars, or we're doing this, or we're going to go to Russia, because unless, I don't know, we'll see in a second. I got this test for you.
Oh, great.
But yeah, he was talking about there's a storm. It says like I'm tracking severe clouds, more like dust storm. It's a geological problem. Seems to be like just a minute, I've got to iron this out. It's really weird. And this report's really weird because it's like transcribed from just probably recordings. So then it's a lot of ahs and ums, which I feel like they probably could have left out. Because like, before there's, no, I don't know. So it's hard to read. But basically he says there's a storm. And then the person tells him, oh, we'll go back. And he says it's like a geological, like a huge event. Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, we'll go back before that. And he starts describing how there's like monoliths and viaducts and stuff. And there's one that I should have highlighted this. Oh yeah, he has them move locations, and he's like go to 46.45 north and 353.22 east. And he's like, I'm deep inside a cavern. Well, not a cavern, maybe a canyon. I'm looking up. The sides are steep walls, seems to go on forever. And there's like a structure with like a wall, and the canyon itself has been carved. And he says, I'm getting an indication of very large structures. And the guy's like, do the structures have insides and outsides? And the guy's like, yes, they're very, it's like a rabbit warden or corners of a room. They're really huge. I don't feel like I'm standing in one, but it's really huge. And he's like, perception is that the ceiling is very high and the walls are wide. And then the monitor is like, yes, that would be correct. Which is kind of odd because did they know? Like, yeah, because it says here like real time plus 22 minutes. Yes, that'd be correct. All right, I'd like to move you to another location. So I don't know if in that 22 minutes they were somehow looking up to see if what the guy was saying corresponded with some information they knew back in the 80s about Mars.
That sounds weird. And he was like describing a building.
Yeah.
And they said that was correct on Mars.
Yeah. Well, and then it gets weirder because they have him moved to another place, and he's talking about the ground, how there's like looks like a cluster of squares, and that's where I think it's more, because he's like it's dug out. He says it's like a road, but it's like dug out, and so it's more like a viaduct, I would think, like something to travel water. And yeah, he keeps talking about there's a pattern of some kind, and they have him move to different places, but then they must have had him hooked up to a probe, like a brain probe or something.
Okay.
Because they're talking about like I don't know where it was. Because they talk about how he's a damn it. Oh, okay. Now I've noticed electronically you're nulled out a little bit. And I want you to stay deep and recapture your focus here. So they must have like brain probes or
Yeah, like
electrodes.
electrodes on his
like
head.
on his head. And he's like, I realize it's very important that you maintain your focus. I have a movement exercise again for you. And so they keep giving him coordinates, and then the monitor, like to himself, not like to them, says that he thinks he's losing his ability to move accurately, but he's attracted to things that are interesting. So we're going to let him go on his own, and just kind of coax them. And they see more structures. He's like, explore what he seems to be interested to him rather than move on the targets indicated here. So they already had these longitudinal coordinates they wanted him to check out.
Yeah.
And so that's really weird that they're like, oh yeah, that's correct. So
Yeah.
maybe they had pictures of Mars and they wanted them to like verify that there was shit on there. But so then he sees there's shelters from the storm. And he's like, these structures you're seeing, he's like, yes, there's a sign for that. Like, he sees structures that are like shelters from the storm. And the monitor's like, all right, go inside one of these and find some activity tell me about. And then it's like 37 minutes later. He's like, different chambers, but they're almost stripped of any kind of furnishings or anything. It's like a strictly functional place for sleeping, or that's not a good word, hibernation. Some form, I can't get a real raw inputs. Storms, savage storms, and sleeping through storms. And then he says he's in like an obelisk. And that he can't really explain it because the sun looks weird. And like the shadows are messing with him.
Yeah.
And he's like, alright, well, they give him another place to go. And he talked about the roads and things. Oh, wait. I have to flip the page. I'm going backwards here. Like, I just talked about that.
Get to the alien bears that are hibernating on Mars.
Oh, yeah. Because he was talking about the hibernation through the storms, and the monitor's like, tell me about the one sleeping through the storms. He's like, very well. Very tall. Again, very large people, but they're thin. They look thin because of their height, and they dress like, oh hell, it's like a real light silk, but it's not a flowing type of cloth. It's more like cut to fit. And the guy move close and ask one of them to tell you about themselves. He's like, they're ancient people. They're dying. It's past their time or age. And he's like, tell me about this. And like, they're very philosophic about it. They're looking for a way to survive, and they just can't. And then it goes on to explain how they sent a team out pretty much to find a new place to live, and these guys are sleeping until the team gets back to take them all back to where they're going. And,
this is blowing my mind, Dave. This is freaking me out.
This is freaking me out. Yeah, because it was like a atmospheric disturbance. And then it's like, he doesn't really say what happened, but it's like he gets a globe that goes through a comet's tail, or it's through a river or something, but it's all very cosmic. It's like space pictures. So I don't know if maybe Mars somehow went through the tail of a comet, or went through something that ended up messing up their environment, or if these aliens screwed up their own environment and now they're trying to find a new place to live.
Well, what was it that the asteroid belt?
Yeah.
That was supposedly, I thought, two planets that collided, right?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been something like that. If two planets hit each other that hard. I mean, I could imagine
burst into a million pieces.
Yeah, and I'd imagine they'd go off flying, and they hit the atmosphere of Mars, and it catch on fire, and all sorts of fuck stuff up.
Yeah, it could fuck stuff up. Yeah, and then he asked the guy if there's any way that you can help, and he's like, all I get is that they must just wait. Doesn't know who I am. Thinks he perceives I'm a hallucination or something. And then,
space bears on Mars taking mushrooms or something.
right.
Seeing things.
mean, if you're hibernating and some remote viewer starts talking to you, you'd probably think you were hallucinating too.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah, it didn't really say where they go. It says because he wants them to, like, okay, well, follow the people that left. And he's like, I don't know what the hell it is. It looks like the inside of a larger boat. Very rounded walls and shining metal. And they asked him where they go. And he's like, impression of a really crazy place with volcanoes and gas pockets and strange plants. Very volatile place. It's very much like going from the frying pan into the fire. The difference is there seems to be a lot of vegetation here. The other place did not have it, and different kinds of storms. And then this guy tells him to come back and blah blah. It's the end of the interview. But yeah,
That's wild. And so that was just like one of many, or
yeah, there's other ones. I mean, this is the one that caught my eye because it was probably the craziest one. And
okay.
if you put in, excuse me, if you type in like the Stargate project,
Yeah.
it just brings up loads and loads of stuff. And even when I typed in like Mars exploration, March 22, 1984, it still was on like the third page, like of stuff to go through.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang.
It wasn't just like right on top there. Excuse me. But I guess there's also like another one that I didn't search for, but it actually tells you the process, like their standard operating procedure for remote viewing.
Do you remember what that was?
I think it was called like their standard operating procedure for remote viewing.
Do you remember what the operating procedure was?
Oh, like the actual like.
Yeah, the one I saw on.
Oh, it's suggested remote reviewing training procedure. So if you wanted to look that up yourself, go to the CIA reading room for FOA and then type in suggested remote viewing training procedure.
Yeah, the remote viewing 101 course that I saw from that far site, they recommended doing like a 20-minute meditation, and then so we were talking about that like auto writing.
Okay.
They had suggested practicing drawing specific shapes for specific features.
Okay.
Like they had like hills and people and directions and stuff like that. So I think that's supposed to be like as you're standing there, maybe information comes at you so fast that you need to have everything on deck on how to do it.
Oh, like just draw real quick. Okay.
Yeah, and then they had like their own specific form to fill out.
Okay.
For I don't know if it was mostly for practice, but it seemed like also they had it for just like recording their sessions and stuff like that.
All right. Well, the only thing I've heard is just getting to like that auto writing was a big like the first whatever you get just like doodle real quick.
Yeah.
Or just say like what comes into your head. It even says in that CIA thing I just kind of skipped over where the guy was like kind of trying to describe it and the monitor's like just tell me what you see, don't try to make any sense out of it, just let me know what you see. And would you like to try it out?
Let's do it.
Okay, I got these coordinates written on this envelope.
Okay.
And on the inside is like where it actually is.
Okay.
But I will say I picked something that a place that has affected everybody in the city, or at least pretty much.
Is it somewhere I know like it? It's not like the middle of the desert.
No, it's somewhere
I'm
local.
seeing rocks
It's somewhere
and
local.
lizards. Okay.
Yeah, and yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Got 41.522 north and 90.513 west. I'm seeing like definitely a building. I feel like it's like I want to say a police station, but maybe it's more so like just an emergency center. Let's see. I'm maybe seeing like a medical sign is maybe more what I'm seeing.
Like the cross.
Like with the snakes.
Okay.
And a lot of colors like yellows and reds is what I'm saying.
All right. Yellows and reds.
Yeah. That sound good? Should I keep going?
That's pretty good, but not.
Not accurate at all. I'm gonna open this up.
It's not too bad. I mean, it's not like what you're gonna see. You're gonna be like, that wasn't it at all. But
The Mississippi River, the new I-74 bridge, top of the arc. Okay, nice.
yeah,
I got the red in there. Don't know how I did that.
yeah. Well, I mean, the cranes, a lot of different colors.
Yeah.
And on the Iowa side, at the foot of the bridge, is actually their police department
Oh,
and fire department. So
that
I
is
mean-
kinda
I mean,
weird.
Pretty kind of. That's weird.
but it's also like maybe you could say that about just about anything, right?
Yeah, but it was.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much a psychic now, Dave. So.
I'm surprised you didn't hold it up to your head like Johnny Carson.
Yeah, what is not enough?
Right?
Oh, it's my paycheck.
Very much like that.
All right, you ready to be done?
All right, do you think this is a good place to close this down?
I think so. We're a little past an hour. Probably chop out some ahs and ums since
Okay.
apparently you have such a distaste for them in transcribements.
Yeah. Well, especially if you're trying to read someone else's ahs and ums.
So I guess from the Blue Ribbon Lounge, that's going to be it for today, folks.
Yeah, sounds good. And remember, I'd rather be deaf from music than from gunfire.
All right, be good, everybody. See ya.
All right, alien overlords. I'm ready. Beam me up. And you listeners, be good to yourself.